Hey guys, this is Jay Sibthorpe from Bayharbour. You're listening to Moshpit on Sin.
You're listening to the Moshpit on Sin. I'm Stefan, and on the line we have Jay Sibthorpe from Aussie metalcore act Bayharbour. Bayharbour hail from Brisbane and just released a new single titled Find Solace, which you can stream on YouTube as well as their entire 2014 EP Reawaken. Welcome to the Moshpit, Jay.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm very good, thank you. So, for those new to the band, what is Bayharbour's origin story?
Okay, a couple of years ago, about a year and a half, the guys released Reawaken. Before that, they were just a couple of guys jamming around. We've had a few lineup changes. I'm actually not original. And when I joined the band around about mid-2014, I was actually playing guitar. And we kind of, started moving forward, and then some more lineup changes happened, and I stepped up to do vocals. So that brings us to, now.
Oh, interesting. So you went from guitar to vocals. What was that transition like?
It's pretty hectic, to be honest. Like I've always been interested in screaming and doing vocals, but never really had, I guess, the opportunity or the placement to try do it. But it kind of all fell into place, and we were looking around for a few different vocalists and who would fit the band. But we kind of just came to the conclusion that it was just going to work better with one of us already stepping up, with the vibe and how we work together, etc. So I had a few people around me that knew how to do vocals and could help me out. So that, it was pretty easy because of that, having people around me that could help and show me, the ropes. But, it was good. Like, I'm so happy I did it. And now I think the band is better off and we're doing so much better. So you
played guitar, not vocals on Reawaken, is that right?
No, so I'm actually after Reawaken. So there was a guitarist before me that was on Reawaken, and then I joined and we released a couple of new tracks, Transition and False Fortunes, and then, I'm on vocals after that.
Okay. So congratulations on the new single Find Solace, by the way. So what has the reaction been to this new song?
It's been pretty good, actually. We all agree in the band that this is the next step forward for us. So the single, is definitely, I would probably say, better musically and vocally better than what we've released before. And people are starting to notice that. So I haven't really heard anything bad yet, which is good. But people are digging it, which is cool.
Something that I've noticed, and maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but
Sure.
I've been listening to, for example, the whole EP and the new stuff as well. Yep. A lot of metalcore bands, they, especially during the chorus, they have, say clean vocals. It seems like through your songs there is no clean vocals. Is that deliberate?
No, so like with our new kind of stuff, False Fortunes being the first single that I'm on, and Find Solace, that's something that we've introduced more of, having some clean vocals throughout choruses, just especially. But in older stuff, it wasn't as much. But now we're kind of taking that on with the lineup shape that it is now. We've got the opportunity to be able to bring some awesome melodies through. So we're definitely incorporating that with the new stuff.
Awesome. Now, you guys tweeted on the 13th of January, which at the time of recording is yesterday, that you're heading back to the studio. So is this a new EP, more singles, or a full album?
This is actually an album. So we have been recording and self-producing this for a while now, and we are in the final stages of recording vocals, and I head back into the studio tonight to finish off a few tracks. So it's definitely something that will be heard hopefully this half of this year.
So Moshpit has the exclusive goss on that.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Awesome. So now you guys have Bayharbour have toured with many great bands. Every Time I Die, Bleeding Through, 100th, I Declare War, Make Them Suffer, Boris the Blade, Storm the Sky, Sierra, I Wrestled the Bear, Once Counterparts, Norma Jean, Dream on Dreamer. That's a stellar lineup. So who was the coolest band to hang out with?
Oh, man, that's a hard question. Me personally, I'm definitely a big fan of Dreamer just because, Zach's local, and the guys are just pretty easy to get along with. But the biggest kind of, I think, shake for us was meeting Norma Jean and hanging out with those guys because they're a massive influence and, one of the originals. So playing with those guys was hectic, just being in their presence, basically.
Awesome. So now you've toured all around the country. So how does Brisbane's heavy scene compare to, say, Melbourne, where Sin is based?
Honestly, Brisbane's doing pretty well at the moment. There's a few guys, promoters and young guys making sure that it does better than it has done for the last couple of years, which is really good to see, and it's starting to shape, hopefully, the next couple of years of Brisbane heavy music. So Brisbane at the moment, is doing really well, and it's really cool to see. We haven't played too many all ages kind of deals down south, but the scene so far that we've experienced, it's hard to tell really, because luckily we've been able to play with some pretty awesome bands interstate, so that's had enough pull. But this year and towards the next couple of months, we'll be playing some more shows independently down south, so it's going to be cool to see how the scene shapes up and who's heard us.
Awesome. So, as obviously music is very international now, so have fans from other countries contacted you guys?
Yeah, here and there. There's been a few different guys, post on our page and message us saying that they've heard our stuff. The guy actually, I think last week, messaged us from the States, so that was pretty cool. But I guess it's the time now that we're really pushing our music, coming up to this album release, that hopefully we can get overseas and more people will hear it.
So there are plans to tour internationally?
Oh, eventually, yeah, definitely. Just when the time is right and when we're ready.
Awesome. But if you could tour with any band from anywhere in the world for an international tour, who would that be?
Far out. Personally, I'm a massive fan of Under Oath. I know that at the moment their lineup is pretty sketchy, and if they're a band or not, it's all up in the air. But from early teenage years, Under Oath have really shaped my perspective on music and how I write and who I listen to. So I think that would be a dream come true for me. I know the guys, love bands like Killswitch, so that would be pretty cool as well. But man, to be honest, any decent band like that would be frothing.
Awesome. Now we're going to play your Breaking the Habit cover soon. So I find that Linkin Park cover, quite interesting. That song in particular is one of the band's softest songs. So why did you guys choose to cover that song?
We're all massive Linkin Park fans.
So am I.
Yeah, dude. So it was we released a 2-track kind of deal, and thought, we've got a bit more time in the studio, so let's have some fun and do a cover. And it was just on a spot decision, let's do Linkin Park. And we thought, that song could be really cool to do, so we just, ripped it out.
Do you think the band would ever contact you and maybe compliment you on that cover? Because that's a really different one.
It would be awesome. We did do some posts on their page and, try and market it so they would see it, but nothing yet. But if it does happen, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, they are the biggest band on Facebook, so...
That's it.
Anyway, Jay Sibthorpe from Bayharbour, thanks so much for joining us on the Moshpit on Sin. We are going to play the new single Find Solace and the cover of Linkin Park's Breaking the Habit right now.